In the last video, we talked about interleaving, the switching between skills during a single practice. But today, I want to zoom out because how you structure practice over time matters just as much as what you do within a single session. I'm Coach Cody, and this is Baseball IQ, where I go beyond the mechanics to help you practice smarter and actually retain what you work on. So, here's the question. Is it better to do one long practice, say 3 hours, or 3 shorter practices of 1 hour each? The total practice time is the same. The first approach is what's known as massed practice, where everything is crammed into one session. The other is called spaced practice, where training is divided across time. The answer? Spaced practice wins. Mass practice is basically like cramming for an exam. You might see short-term gains and things can feel good in the moment, but there's a catch. Your brain has a limit to how much it can process, consolidate, and store in a single session. Once you hit that limit, additional reps don't stick. And after the session ends, skill decay happens fast. You'll be lucky to retain half of what you gained over the next 24 hours. Spaced practice keeps training chunks manageable. But more importantly, it forces retrieval. Every time you come back to a skill after a break, your brain has to recall what it learned. That retrieval strengthens neural connections. So when you're performing this retrieval at regular intervals, because your practice has been spaced out, you're multiplying the effect. And that leads to better long-term retention, which is what actually matters in games. So, how do you apply this? First, shorten your practices. You can still accomplish a lot in 15 to 20 minutes if you focus on quality, not quantity. Build in a cognitive component that forces you to think through what you're doing. Go in with a plan for targeted improvement in a particular skill. Second, schedule a second and ideally a third time you can return to practice that same day. 3 practices may feel like a lot, but if you're keeping them to 20 minutes apiece, it stays manageable and you stay fresh. Now, between practice rounds, self-analyze. Ask yourself what worked and why. As you finish practice, write down 1 to 3 key takeaways. It could be a cue, a feel, a technical adjustment. It's up to you. Read them once, rehearse them once, then put them away. When you return, don't just jump straight into reps. Test yourself. Mentally rehearse those takeaways from your last practice. Say them out loud. Then do a dry run. Rehearse the mechanics without a ball. Only after that do you start your physical work. As you start performing certain aspects of the skill consistently, look for new areas to tweak. Those become your next takeaways. But here's the key. Don't completely drop skills just because they feel good. Instead, reduce how often you revisit them, not whether you revisit them. This is how mastery is built. Interleaving challenges your brain within a session. Spacing strengthens learning across those sessions. Together, they form a complete practice system. One prevents autopilot, and the other prevents forgetting. If you want practice to stick, stop thinking in single workouts. Think in sequences, think in retrieval, and think long-term. Okay, if this helped you rethink how you practice, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future Baseball IQ content. And if you want help designing smarter practice plans or long-term development systems, head to thebaseballexp.com or reach out to me at Coach Cody at thebaseballexp.com to schedule a free consultation. Until then, keep going beyond the mechanics, and I'll see you next time.